how's everyone doing there tonight? This is Cult Flix Fix 24 back with a video. Hope everyone's doing well out there. This video is going to be a ranking video and review for the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee set from Severin Volume 2. I did finish watching all the films and I'll be reviewing it for you guys. I got it open here. I'll be going on films here, and I'm also going to include Captain Invincible since it was part of the package. It's not in the box set, but it is Christopher Lee, and it came in the bundle I got, so I'll be including it. It's 7 films altogether, so I'll go 7 to 1, from 7 being the one I least enjoyed to 1 being the one I enjoyed the most. But I did enjoy all the films, so there's no knock on any films here. And these are my opinions, guys, so everyone has their own opinions. These are just my thoughts and opinions. So let's get this started. We're going to start with number 7. And I'm going to be going with The Secret of the Red Orchid. This is the only black and white film out of the box set. And that's surprisingly, because the volume 1 had a lot of black and white films. And I don't mind either one, but each one's good for me as long as it has a good story. But at number 7, this is Secret of the Red Orchid. And this stars Christopher Lee and Klaus Kinski. So this is pretty much about, it's a shoot-'em-up gangster movie. You have Christopher Lee playing a detective and his partner are trying to track down this... pretty much this, I'd say, crooked gangster that there's like a gang war going on, and they're involved in the middle, and there's pretty much they're picking off rich people, and one by one they leave them a letter with letters cut out of like different magazines and papers like that, and pretty much if you get that letter in the mail and you're rich, you're gonna end up killed. So yeah, we have Christopher Lee and his partner trying to solve the crime. They're detectives. As they break down, it goes between, like I said, a gang war between 2 gangs that are at each other, and then you got a little mystery there, like a whodunit type of thriller there at the end. But yeah, overall, this one was a lot of fun. I mean, it's pretty cool to see mixed genres in here in a gangster film. I didn't expect, starring Christopher Lee, but he doesn't disappoint when he's on screen, man. So this one's pretty good. At number 7, it's going to be The Secret of the Red Orchid. At number 6... I'm going to go with Uncle Was a Vampire. So going through this set, there's a lot of comedic horror. It's not all comedic horror, but this is one of them. And this one has Christopher Lee returning as a Dracula. He's an uncle, and he have his nephew who pretty much had pretty good money, and he pretty much had this hotel he ran that was a castle at one time, and where the vampires lived. And well, his uncle, who's played by Christopher Lee, the vampire, but he sells the hotel and he pretty much takes a step down. He's pretty much like a luggage guy or a bellboy working here, and he's treated miserably. And then his uncle returns back. He's ends up in a coffin. He had to flee his other castle he lived in, so he comes back in here looking for comfort from his nephew. He finds out he doesn't run the motel no more, and you got him just on his thirst for blood, Christopher Lee at night. And it's got comedy mixed with some pretty horror elements in it. It has some funny stuff at times. I did laugh. Some's cringy, but some does make me laugh. Some did make me laugh at times. So yeah, this one's just your kind of like horror comedy mixed with a little gothic horror in it, and it's a lot of fun. You do have them running around, and Christopher Lee, even though he's serious, he'll make you laugh at times. It's just his character during this film. But overall, at number 6 is going to be Uncle Was a Vampire. At number 5, I'm going to go with, let's see here. I'm going to go with Captain Invincible. This is the last one I watched. This is pretty much a straight off Superman spoof or ripoff, but it's pretty funny. You got a superhero played by Alan Arkin, who's pretty much your low-level Superman type character. He's done everything he can for his government. They betrayed him, so he gives it up, and he ends up becoming a homeless drunk on the street, which is hilarious. You see him drunk and stumbling through this and mumbling stuff. And then you got Christopher Lee playing like kind of a lower budget Luthor, like from Superman, and he's a what's his name? Is it Midnight? Dr. Midnight, something like that. But anyways, he's evil. He's trying to take over the world slowly. And then you got Captain Invincible is trying to return to glory with the help of a cop, a young attractive cop. She's a female, and she gets getting his glory, but he doesn't have his full powers because he's been a drunk for so many years. And he finally starts to get clean and sober and return to pretty much protect where he started in New York, but he's in Australia. He wants to protect it. He gets back. It's just such a weird film. It's just so odd. And but it's entertaining. I liked it. I thought it was pretty funny and stuff. And it's funny to see like a superhero as a drunk. I just always find that hilarious. But yeah, overall, this kept me entertained. So at number 5, I'm going to go with Captain Invincible. Okay. Let's get to my number 4 here, which is going to be a bonus film. And it's on the Murder Story, but that's not up yet. It's a Mask of Murder, and it's a bonus feature you get on this disc. Yeah, this was pretty good too, man. It got me by surprise. It has like a slasher elements. You got a killer that's pretty much in the wintertime stalking girls. It starts off right away with pretty much, I'm going to show this disc twice because there's 2 movies, but this is for the bonus film, Mask of Murder from 1988. Pretty much has this killer stalking. He's cutting women by the throat. He slices them up. And it right away starts this film with like 10 minutes. 2 girls get picked off, so you have 2 murders right away. Minor spoiler alert, they do end up killing the killer, and it's led by Christopher Lee. He gets shot. He's put in a hospital. And then you got these 2 other detectives who are on a spree to try to track down, has another copycat killer has emerged, killing the same way. And there's a little twist between what's going on. You got a kind of like a love triangle and kind of a love affair going on, and it has people divided throughout the police force in this, and you got this killer stalking the streets, and he's still slicing up his victims through the throat. It's really entertaining. It's like a murder mystery type of film, and I did enjoy it. So at number 4, I'm gonna have a Mask of Murder. So let's get to number 3 here, which is gonna be another horror comedy. This is Dracula and Son. This one is pretty fun too. This one gets you back to that like Hammer atmosphere you got. It starts real dark and like pretty much creepy at times the way it starts, but then it goes into a comedy aspect, of course. And you got Christopher Lee playing an older Dracula. He has a kid in this film, trying to raise him to pretty much, you know, become a vampire and kill his prey. And at the same time, there's a tragic event that happens with his mom. She passes away, gets burned in the sun. She's a vampire. And then you fast forward to them in the city. The son's grown up, and he's just the worst vampire ever. He just can't get it right. Christopher Lee's pretty much given up on him. They separate, then they reunite. And he doesn't want to be a vampire. He wants to be human, so it leads to him doing that. But at the same time, there's a woman that appears that resembles the mother, a young version of the mother. And Christopher Lee's trying to, you know, pretty much marry her and have her for eternity as a vampire, and the son wants the opposite. He also falls in love with her, and he wants her for him, and it starts a feud between father and son. And you see like a battle pretty much of young Dracula versus old Dracula. You got a lot of comedic events. There's one involving a blow-up doll that just made me laugh out loud. And this is pretty fun, man. It has a mixture of creepiness and horror in it. So at number 3, we got Dracula and Son. Now we're going to get into the top 2. So I'm going to go with number 2 with the Murder Story. I reviewed Mask of Murder, the bonus movie on here. Now I'm going to go with Murder Story at number 2. And anyone knows me, they know I love my 80s. And this is very 80s. This is an older Christopher Lee in the 80s. And this is a murder mystery story. It does, like, to me, I just love giallos. That's what sold me on a lot of those films. And this one does have giallo aspects in it. On this one, you got Christopher Lee as a writer, and then you got a young man who's trying to become a writer, and he wants to follow the methods of Christopher Lee, who's what's his name in this film? William Ford, I believe. Yeah, he's a writer that writes stuff, and this guy starts to put his own story. He wants his own path, and he takes a same way that Christopher Lee did in this film. And out of cutting newspapers, they develop stories. But as he does this, he unravels pretty much a murder situation where a guy was murdered is what he's involved in. These guys are after him. They find out that they're investigating, and they have vital evidence. So they go on a hunt to pretty much hunt them down, Lee and this guy. And you just got an 80s atmosphere to it. You got some chilling, pretty creepy scenes and situations throughout this film. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I definitely love murder mysteries. So at number 2, there's Murder Story. So now we're getting to the number 1, and it's going to be Dark Places. And this one really impressed me. This one's another murder, kind of like thriller murder mystery, what you'd say. And those are what I love. This is in the 70s, and you got an older Christopher Lee as well. And this one starts off with this guy. He's pretty much in a hospital, and there's a older man that pretty much was, I'd say, his boss or something like that. I'm not sure, but he's dying, and he leaves his will to the younger guy. They work together, and this guy knows there's money inside his house. So it's pretty much like a, how could I say it, like it was an asylum or a doctor's office, something like that. I'm not sure, but it's a building he inherits where there's money in there. And as he gets to this building, this guy starts to realize there's supernatural stuff happening throughout the building, and he doesn't really believe in it, but some odd and creepy stuff starts to happen to him. And then you got Christopher Lee playing his doctor, who's after the money as well, and he has a sister who's after it too, and she's kind of like seducing this guy to find out where the money is because he only knows. But you got a supernatural twist, and then it goes back to a story of like betrayal and of love affairs and stuff that lead to this. And it's slowly this place starts to possess this guy, and he starts to turn evil, kind of like Shining style. And Amityville Horror, how the guy gets more evil and starts to turn more psychotic the more he stays in this house areas. But yeah, this one was real fun, and it has a little twist at the end too, kind of like a Craven to Insanity kind of ending. So those are always good for me. And these are the films. So that's my number 1, Dark Places. These two are like not comedy, man. They're basically horror, straight up horror, psychological thriller type films. So that's why they're in my top spot. So yeah, those are my rankings as I get them together here. Let's see how we'll go. So I'll go with my recap here. Number 7, we got The Secret of the Red Orchid. Number 6, we're gonna go with Uncle Was a Vampire. Number 5, it's gonna be Captain Invincible. Number 4 is the bonus feature on this disc, Mask of a Murderer. Number 3 is gonna be Dracula and Son. Number 2 is gonna be Murder Story. And number 1 is gonna be Dark Places. So that's my review, guys. This I just want to let you know that this set of Eurocrypt is a step up. I did enjoy Volume 1, but I like this one more. And you do get more films in color if you guys like that. I'm good either way, but yeah, this one was pretty fun, man. I enjoyed it a lot, and pretty much anything with Christopher Lee I'm sold on. Just his presence alone in a film really impresses me. He's one of my all-time favorites. So yeah, I'm gonna give my rating. I'd give it another 4 out of 5 on this one, but I'd say this one's a little better than Volume 1, in my opinion. So everyone's hit a like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear your thoughts. Everyone stay safe out there. Be kind to each other. This is Cult Flicks Fix 24, back with a video. Peace.